think the battle's won. Think again. The fact is, for each one we reach, there's one we can't. And if we can't reach them, chances are nobody can. Because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
What's up, family? Welcome to Unauthorized History. Most of us have heard the harrowing stories and violence Black Americans endured during the Jim Crow era here in the United States. Well, here on this channel, I've covered several stories of bus boycotts conducted by Black men and women. Today, I'm here to discuss the Tallahassee bus boycott. Let's get into it. On May 26, 1956, Wilhelmina Jakes and Carrie Patterson, two Florida A&M University students, boarded a city bus. The only seats that were open were located next to a white woman. The bus driver ordered the two women to move, and Wilhelmina agreed to get off the bus, but only if she could get her money back. The bus driver refused to and drove them to the next bus station, where Wilhelmina and Carrie were both arrested by the police. The dean of students had to bail them out. The next day, the Ku Klux Klan burned a cross in front of Carrie's and Wilhelmina's home. Upon hearing about the incident, student leaders within Florida A&M organized a meeting in which they planned to call to action. In the meeting, the Inter-Civic Council, ICC, was born. One of the reasons this council was created was to deter possible repression of protests that may have occurred if they protested as a division of the NAACP. Now, just to note that this was occurring in many of the southern U.S. states. Any state that had NAACP affiliations received repression of protests due to the NAACP's reputation and the heightened racial climate of that time. Students withdrew their support from the Tallahassee public city transportation system, and instead they relied on carpool. Drivers volunteered to drive them to and from the campus. The NAACP became involved well after the boycott had been started, when leaders sent a lawyer to defend drivers of boycotters, aka the carpool drivers, who were arrested for driving unlicensed for hire vehicles. And just to note here, when they talk about the power of the black dollar is actually very powerful. So powerful, in fact, that when Black Americans chose an alternative, such as carpooling to get to and from where they had to go, under Jim Crow laws, it was illegal. And by doing that, Black Americans were still subject to the law and were still subject to be arrested and put in jail. Even after the Browder versus Gale trial, the state government still practiced segregation in the public transportation system in direct defiance to the court decision. This is not surprising, seeing as how other states continued to practice segregation after federal court rulings. Months into the protests, Black people were still getting arrested for refusing to comply with the segregated bus seating. However, they persevered and continued to apply pressure in the form of nonviolent demonstrations. The Inter-Civic Council ended the boycott on December 22, 1956. On January 7, 1957, the City Commission repealed the bus franchise's segregation clause because of the United States Supreme Court ruling in the 1956 Browder versus Gale trial. Please let me know your thoughts on this video down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Alright, peace, family.